Welcome everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bilkis. Today's class we are going to be looking at we want to express quantity as a percentage of another quantity. Now the last class we were able to I taught you how to express quantity as a fraction of another quantity. So today we'll be looking at what expressing a quantity as a fraction, as a percentage of another quantity. So don't mix them up. Previous class we expressed quantity as a fraction of another quantity. So today we are expressing quantity as a percentage of another quantity. Does that make sense? Now let's look at this example. Now before I proceed, I will please suggest that you should subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and then you should hit the notification bell so that you can get notified anytime I upload, and then you should share this video to as many friends as possible so that you can beat the YouTube algorithm. And please do not forget to like this video, and then finally give me a comment via the comment section. Alright, let's proceed. Now look at this example. A worker hammers a post 2.2 meters long. A post like this. This is a post, for instance. I want to hammer it into the ground. Now the length of the post is what? 2.2. Everything like this is 2.2 meters. Now I want to hammer it as a worker into the ground. You know, if I'm going to hammer a post into the ground, it's not that I'm going to bury it into the ground. It's just that some parts will go into the ground so that other will be above the ground. Does that make sense? Alright. So a worker hammers a post 2.2 meters long into the ground. Now 66 centimeters of the post is below the ground. That means this is the ground. Now this side of the post is the one that enter into the ground, and it is what? 66 centimeters. Do you understand? Now, what percentage of the post is above the ground? We want to look at the percentage of this length that is above the ground. Now before we can do the percentage of this length that is above the ground, we need to first of all know the percentage of the one that is below the ground. It is not that one that we are going to use to compute this. Does that make sense? Alright. Now, so we want to look at the percentage of the one that is what? That is above the ground. Now before we can do that, we need to find this one first so that we can now use it to do this. Now first of all, the first thing we want to do is to first of all find the fraction of, we want to express this as a fraction of the length, the total length, and that is what? 66 centimeters over everything is what? 2.2 meters. Now don't forget that 100 centimeters equals to 1 meter. Now if 100 centimeters equals to 1 meter, how many centimeters will now be what? 2.2 meters. Because before I can do any division here, I need to change them. I need to make sure that they are in I need to make sure that the two quantities are the same thing. Now this one is centimeter, this one is meter. I want to change the whole thing to be in centimeter. It now means that this 66 centimeter is not going to change because I want to change everything to centimeter. You might decide to change it to meter and meter, but I am changing it to what? Centimeter all through. So if it's going to be in centimeter all through, I'm not going to touch this 66 centimeter. I'm just going to change this one to what? To centimeter. Now 100 centimeter equals to 1 meter. How many centimeter is now going to give me what? 2.2 meter. Now it then means that you just cross multiply. X times 1, which is x that we are looking for, is what? X equals to 100 times 2.2. 100 times 2.2. Now to do this 100 times 2.2, this is what you do. 100 times what? 2.2. Because it is a decimal fraction, it is a decimal number, you now want to multiply with 100. So the first thing you do is to write out your 2.2 like this, and then you now start moving your decimal place, your decimal point to your right hand side. Why? Because it is multiplication. If it were to be division, you move it to your left hand side. Now, how many times am I going to move my decimal point to the left hand side? Is what? 2 times, because I have 100 there, and 100 has 2 what? Zeros. So I'll move it 2 times to the right. 1, 2. So that means my point is now here. So I can fill up this place with what? 0. And that is what? 2, 2, 0. Is that clear? So I've been able to change 2.2 meter into what? Centimeter. It is now 220 what? Centimeter. So my answer is what? 66 over 220 centimeter. Is that clear? Now, I have been able to express the length of this post that is below the ground, as being able to express it as a fraction of the total length. Do you understand? Now let me express it as a percentage of the total length now. That means I'm now going to bring this and multiply it by what? 100, because I want to see the percentage of what? Of this is the length that is below the ground is 66 centimeters, quite so right. But I want to look at the percentage equivalent of it. That's why I'm doing it this way. That's why I'm multiplying it by what? 100. Alright, so let's start dividing. This 0 will cancel this 0, right? How many 2 can I get in 11? No, how many 11? I can use 2 and I can use 11. I can use 2 to divide this or this. I can also use 2 to divide this and this. But whichever one that you feel it's okay, just do it. I am going to use 11 to divide this and this. Do you understand? 11 in 22 is 2. 11 in 66 is what? 6. So what else can I use to divide each other? I can use this 2 to divide this 2, and also use this 2 to divide this what? 10. Or I can even use this 2 to divide this 6. It depends on, it depends on what you feel is that you're comfortable with. Anyway, so I have 2 here, 1. 2 in 10, 5. So I have 6 times 5 up. 6 times 5 is what? 30. So that means it is what? 30%. Now you see this length 66 centimeter that is below the ground. The percentage equivalent is what? 30%. But that is not the question we are asked to do. The question we are asked is this. They said, what percentage of the post is above the ground? Now, the below the ground is what? 30%. Now, above the ground will now be what? Ideally, because we are going to assume that everything is 100%. Do you understand? Now, 30% is underneath the ground. It then means that above the ground is going to be 100 minus 30. 100 minus 30%. And that is what? 70. I will explain that one more time. The total length of the pole is what? 2.2 meters. But the one that I was able to hammer into the ground is what? 66 centimeters. So I still have some part of the post that is up above the ground. Do you understand? Now, the percentage equivalent of this post that is inside the ground is what we calculated as what? 30%. So what then is the percentage of the one that is above the ground? That means going to be what? 100 minus 30. Because we are assuming that what everything is 100% generally. So this one, this below the ground is 30%. It then means that I'm going to subtract 30% from 100%, and it will now give me 70 for this. So from here to here is 70%. From here to here is what? 30%. Everything totally is now what? 100%. Now let's take 2 more examples so that we can buttress this example, this topic. Now let's look at this example too. In an examination, a student scored 60 marks out of a possible 80. That is, the general mark should be what? 80. But that student scored what? 60 out of 80. Now, what percentage is this score now? It's very, very simple. It's just, first of all, you have to express the mark of the student as a fraction of the total score, and then you multiply it by 100 because they said you should express it in what? Percentage. So the score of the student is what? 60. It should be now expressed as a fraction of the total score, which is what? 80. Now, because we are moving it to percentage, it's now going to be what? Times 100. Is that clear? So this 0 can cancel what? This 0. Now, how many 4 can I get here? 2. How many 4 can I get here? 2. Because 4 times 2 is what? 8. Now, if I subtract 8 from 10, it remains 2. That 2, I'll put it here to become what? 20. How many 4 can I get in 20? 5. So that means I have 6 here, I have 25 here, and I still have 2 here. So that means 2 can divide 2, and 2 can still divide this 6 at the same time. How many 2 can I get in 2? 1. How many 2 can I get in 6 is what? 3. So I have 3 and 25 left, and I have 1 left here. So my answer is going to be 3 times 25 over, what do I have underneath here? I have just 1. So 3 times 25 is what? 75. 75 divided by 1 is still what? 75%. So that means the student scored what? 75% of 100% of the exam. Is that clear? Now, if you do not understand this this topic, please watch and keep watching this video until you understand, or you can take a pause if you get a particular place that you're stuck so that you can understand. Now, for those of you that have not subscribed, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so that you can get notified anytime I want to upload. Please, if you don't need more clarity, you can visit me via the comments. Leave your comment in the comment section so that I can get any question that you want. And do not forget to like this video, and I'll see you in the next class.